Yeah, man. West side of Las Vegas, Frederick AKA Hen Dogg. You know, fresh out the joint, first job ever in life, and just got out, just did basically over 23 years. And it's my story.
All right, tell me where it started, man.
Where it started at, man, growing up in the Herbert Gerson, man, as a kid. Coming outside every day, you have to fight. You have to fight. So, moms, 6 of us. I'm the baby out the boys. You know, got a little sister up under me, 2 older sisters, 2 older brothers. Watching your brother getting bang. Father in the house. You know, the protection, the man of the house. Big brother, may God rest his soul. Short dog. You know, Gregory Trail Slice. You know, I love you, big bros. Growing up, you was down to the streets. You was down.
Did you have a father in your life?
No, I have no father. My father was my brother.
Okay, so you never met your father?
Never met him. My mom used to say, I am your daddy. So I never met him.
So out of the 6 of y'all, how many different fathers?
Out of 6 of us, 4 of us, my older sister, my second older sister, and my older brother and parents got the same daddy. Everybody else got different fathers. The male figure, he was the male figure.
Right, the streets is the male figure.
The streets, you know, watching him gang bang and doing this, doing that. And I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit, you know, just to, you know, catch up on, you know, help y'all catch up. We moved from the Gerson to 1001 West Cary. It's right there by the neighborhood. Nigga walking back to the neighborhood. We 10, 11 years old. Me and my brother that's a year older than me. Started smoking weed then, you know. Moms went to prison, got back out, got us back, tried to change our life, you know.
What'd she go to prison for?
Selling drugs, yeah.
How long did she go to prison for?
She only did like a year.
So when she was in prison, who was taking care of you
My
guys?
great aunt, man, she rest in peace. So my great aunt got us. You know, she got out of prison, she got us back. So in the process of that, she started back selling drugs again, got busted, she quit, welfare. We moved to carry-ons. You know, that's on Martin Luther King Carry. Another ghetto, straight ghetto. So we moved over there, 89. Same thing in the bricks. Coming outside, you gotta fight. My older brother always want to be around. Always. See him gang bang, sell drugs. Like I say, he's a father.
So how many years older?
He's like 6, 7 years older than me. So when I'm 10, 11, 12 around him, he's older. I'm coming in the house in the morning, but I still gotta go to school, but, you know, and I used to ask him, why you teaching me all these things? I got a brother that's a year older than me, but he's not teaching him none of this. He said, you're gonna see one day. 12 and a half, he go to prison. Well, I go to prison. I mean, he go to prison when I was 12 and a half.
What did he go to prison for?
The same exact thing my great aunt, may God rest her soul. She was like, the life you living, you're gonna go to prison like your big brother. He went to prison for 10 murders. He copped out the battery with the use of a deadly weapon. He did 3.5 years, cleaned up. My first time going to prison, I go to prison for 2 10 murders, and I copped out the battery with the use of a deadly weapon. My first time going to prison, I was 19.
Did you go to county jail before then? Juvenile hall or anything?
I went to juvenile, y'all, like shit, 30 times. I went to Spring Mountain Youth Camp.
First time in juvenile, how old were you?
11 for a GTA. Look it up. It's on record. 11 years old. Stolen car. First time. After that, juvenile. All the way until I got to 17. 15, I went to Spring Mountain Youth Camp.
So all you knew, you was used to it.
Used to it.
Yeah.
You know, the surrounding and the area where you grew up at. You growing up, stealing cars, gang banging. This is what you do. This is normal teenage life. I don't know what that's like. Didn't have it. First girl moved in at 12. My mom's my best friend. She knew what the streets was. So survival and fitness. You know, growing up, young, big brother go to joint. Now I'm the man of the house.
And I'll tell a lot of people, to understand your story, you got to know the backstory of how your parents grew up, how your mom grew up.
Right.
Why is it like this, Mom? Well, she'll tell you, well, this is how I grew up.
Yeah, this is how I grew up.
And there's this generation after generation.
Right. So my mom and my grandma was the bad sheep of the family. They was bad sheep. Everybody else was good. My mom and my grandma, they was like this because my mom was the only child. So they did what they did. They sold big time heroin sales. So happened when my grandma passed, my mom got the youth because she couldn't deal with the pain. So growing up in that type of environment and all that, either you adapt or you be able. And seeing some things, growing up doing some things, certain things, you regret. But when you jumping off that porch at 12 years old, ain't no getting back on the porch. That shit over.
So tell me the first time you went to prison.
First time I went to prison, 19 years old.
Caught a case.
Caught it
for
210 murders. Caught a case.
Gang banging.
Gang banging. 19. Rewind real fast. I got to have my kids at 17. I ain't think I was gonna live to see 18.
Right.
That's how much I was in the street. I had to have me like, okay, if I do get killed, I'll go to prison. Now you ask me, it was stupid. Because I was leaving, like basically, the kids without, I still left them without a father, because I was in prison.
But in that life, you're not thinking about that.
You're not thinking about that. You just want your legacy.
You don't have no way to think about another life.
No.
You are in what you in.
Right. And my mom passed in 2000, so I really got to gang banging real hard.
So what happened after your mom passed?
That was kind of hard right there. I'm gonna keep it real. Her being the rock of the family, and we all we had, me, my brothers, and my sisters. And I say no father figure. So we had to come together, and be there for each other. And it's like, by me being the strongest, like the whole family leaned on me too. I'm the youngest, but I'm the strongest. I'm built for it tough. So that right there, you gotta understand. Growing up the way you grow up, and then my mom passed right after my 18th birthday. My birthday in August, she passed September. So growing up the way you grow up, and you looked at to be this tough guy. You can't. My brother taught me when I was growing up young. My mom got females, so we can't cry nothing. We gotta be tough all the time, and so when he was in prison, that's when he left. That's when he tough. When my mom passed, I didn't break down to it. Like nobody. Well, y'all know now, but did nobody know this to a year later at a park by myself, like 1 in the morning, because I always had to be tough. Always had to carry that around. Couldn't show the weakness, can't show weakness, none of that. So growing up, I couldn't show weakness. My mom, she wasn't gonna let me show weakness. I got girls over there. I can't raise y'all to be a man, but I ain't gonna raise y'all to be no bitches. You know what I'm saying? So growing up like that, when she passed, I was like, okay, I know she instilled in me to be tough, to be a hustler, to be a grinder. Never settle.
So how long ago after she passed did you go to prison?
She passed 2000, like a year and a half later. I went to prison 2002. May 15, 2002, I got my first case.
First case, how many years did you do?
5 years flight.
5 years. What was that first case?
210 murders, caught out to battery with the use of a deadly weapon, and yeah, it was serious.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question. Break that down. What happened?
Gang banging. We had a particular store that we be at on the west side. Caught some dudes come up in there. Hey, yeah, y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be up in here. They all, yeah, whatever, all right. Get back to the car. They get back to the car, boom. I'm already went back out the store. I'm gonna wait on y'all to come out. As soon as they come out, boom. Walk right up to the car, put the other side of the car. They say by the grace of God, by me being so close to him and the other dude, that's only how they live. I have a Taurus P90. Didn't think they weren't gonna tell, because everybody claimed to be gangster. And the niggas ended up coming to court and testifying.
Really?
Yeah, I got arrested 2 weeks later. They wanted me to have a hard on for me because back in 2000, I was gangbanging right after my mama passed. They tried to book me for some murders. So they had a hard on. So that's how I grew up. Like,
you had a case already.
Yeah.
You had a foul.
Had a foul.
Yeah.
He's known the gangbang. He's known for this. He's known for that. He's known for shooting my folks. This is what he's known for. But they not looking at. This is where we grow up. Oh yeah. I get arrested like 3 weeks later. And I didn't even know how to warrant. Me, my baby mama, and my right-hand man get pulled over.
3 weeks?
3 weeks later. Yeah.
He survived?
He survived. That's all he got.
How many times you shoot him?
He got hit 6 times. 6 times.
6 times.
That was my first case. And then go to prison. I turned 20 at the Clark County Detention Center.
How long was you in county before you went to prison?
I fighted it for like almost a year. I fighted it. And then I got sent up to prison right after that. I took a deal for 4 to 10. Better to use something the other way, 4 to 10. I would have did 4 years on it, but by me being fresh off the streets, I'm gang banging, they go to pen, nigga, I'm turning up.
Right.
I'm turning up, I'm back in a donkey.
When people went to prison or jail in the hood, they was ready to go. They didn't give a fuck.
You got to.
You didn't give a fuck. You like, send me, I'm ready to go.
It ain't, and that too, because at the end of the day, it's like, you know you gotta catch your face. You know what you're in the street.
Yeah.
You got a name, your name known, a nigga need that, y'all need that.
Your mind is already set.
Your mind set.
Yeah.
And then, I hate to say it, and people be like, why you say that? It's true. Growing up the way I grew up, I knew 2 things. Penitentiary, graveyard.
Yep.
And that's why I do want to teach the youngsters, the youth, because they don't take them to the graveyard. Or you say you from where? Where? Come on, let's go to your homeboy, Bray, that's reputable.
Mm-hmm.
This what happened to him. We ain't had that shit growing up. We going to frontals, we thinking that shit cool. Damn, homie gone, man, nigga, rest in peace. Nigga finna go ride for you.
Even going to jail, you think it's cool?
Yeah.
So tell me the first day you stepped into prison.
First day I said, okay, when you first go, back then it's different. Now they changed it. You go through the fish tank. We call it the fish tank, because all you doing is looking out a motherfucking window. That's it. They let you out, boom, shower, back in there. You know, they classify you, where you going. They see where you going. They want to who you run with, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Send you to the yard.
What prison did you go to?
High Desert.
High Desert?
High Desert and Indian Springs.
How far is that from the ride from the county jail?
It's only 45 minutes out of Vegas.
45 minutes? What was the feeling when you first got there?
I was cool because I was reputable. I was young, but I was reputable. I thought it was fun. Hen Dogg, you in the Hen Dogg. What's happening? Nigga, up here, nigga.
You already knew people.
I already knew. And then I'm from out here, so I knew people. When I first go, boom, banger get slid under my door. They already know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good looking. Yeah. Back then you could smoke cigarettes, but I ain't never smoked cigarettes. You go for tobacco. You ain't supposed to have none of that shit in the fish tank. Tobacco, none of that shit too. So, I'm for the sell these on everything. By me being a reputable where I'm from, I thought it was cool. I'm coming through that motherfucker 20 years old. Niggas already know I'm stepping. Hey, yeah, nigga, that's the homie Hen Dogg. They embrace you like it's cool. You know, fucking up. When I went to the board for I did 4 years. I did 4 years flat. Then you go to the board. I'm fresh out the hole for a night, so I knew I was gonna get done. Done me for a year. I ain't gonna lie, that shit hurt me. It broke me. I'm gonna be good. when I went back in front of them, no write up. I was gonna get your board. Did 5 years flat. I got locked up May 15, 2002. I got out May 15, 2007. I was only out 35 days. Caught a violation.
How different is prison than county jail?
It's totally different. Politics different. See, in county jail, they house you in a different race, all this and that. Prison, politics is totally different. You ain't finna hang out with a different race. You ain't finna do none of that. Like, the politics is like, you like, God damn, they really politicking like that? Yeah, they really politicking like that. The politics is, from the county jail, like you playing cards with other races and all that shit, to now, you can't even play cards with the other race. None of that. You can't, what? You can't even want to sit at the table and eat with the other race. So this shit like, okay, like that. This shit really like that.
What's the percentage of each race?
Crazy part about it, we rule. And I hate to say it, there's so many blacks up there, it's ridiculous.
Blacks, then
the Latino Mexicans.
Mexicans, and then
the whites.
And then after that,
the Usos.
Okay. What are the Usos?
The Hawaiians.
Hawaiians?
They call themselves the Uso part. Hawaiian. It be this one run it's the Hawaiians and the Asians run together. The Uso part.
Is it a less?
Yeah. But so they come. Every car gonna come together with they people. Yeah. So that's that's how that goes.
How did the first year go?
Shit, turned up.
Any fights?
Fighting in the county to prison. Turned up. On everything. Like turned up. Then not only that, you got homies that you grew up with, you kicking around them on your yard. So they already turned up already. They probably already been there. So you get on the yard, it's like, nigga, hey, yeah, let's smoke. Where do we at? Then by you being somebody, like if you a rebel when you hit the yard, the big homies gonna bless you off the top. Here. That's you, whatever you do with it, you do with it. Then they give you the rules. Look, no stealing. You steal, you get your ass beat up and rolled up. You know what I'm saying? They said there's 3 don'ts you don't do in prison. Sometimes people break 1, sometimes people break 2, sometimes people break 3. Don't gamble. Don't get high. And don't fuck with punks. 2 are broke. Gambling and getting high. 3rd, then break. They said it's always 3 don'ts, they gonna tell you that. There's 3 don'ts you don't supposed to do in prison.
So what happens when you do the don'ts?
Oh, it don't matter. As long as you ain't nothing. No snitch or no trauma.
You good.
But they say that's the 3 rules. And T.I. said it, and then the homie just told me too. When we was chopping it up Friday, he said the real shit. And I didn't know it because we all blind, dumb, and deaf to certain things when a person said. And he say, you really only do 2 days in prison. The day you go and the day you come home. And I had to really sit back and nigga fighting for his life. I understood what he said. You know, because it's facts. You know what I'm saying? Because I let him incarcerate this. I can't do nothing about that. But I ain't never let him incarcerate my mom. So it's a big, huge difference.
So what's the day-to-day basis in prison?
You gotta follow your program. Most people don't follow a program.
What was your program?
Working out, TV shows.
Break it down. Time.
Okay. Get up in the morning time. Go to child.
What time is that?
6:37. And if you don't, it's too hot and cold. So for you to get your lunch, you gotta go to breakfast. So if you don't go to breakfast, you ain't getting no lunch unless you got some food. So the time I get up on, go to breakfast, come back, drink my coffee, put on the news. Waiting on tier time. Tier time, come, bust out. Either gonna buzz down or gonna get on the phone. Some people play cards, some people play dominoes. You know, go to the gym. If you got a gym that day, or go to the yard. You got a yard. Come back in. Count time always gonna be around 10:45, 11.
Now, are you in the cell or open?
In the cell.
In the cell.
In the cell.
How many people?
2 to the cell.
How long were you locked down in the cell?
That bus tier time about 7:30 to about 10:45, 11. Then you log down for count. Then you come back out around 12:15. Then you log back down again at 3:30. Then you come back out around 4:15, somewhere up in there, to like 6 to like. It all depends on how dinner time will hit you. Dinner time will fuck you, fuck up your tier time. So you're supposed to be out, and then till about you come back out like 4:15, till they call dinner. Dinner time around 6:30, 5:30. So if you supposed to be on tier time, basically you getting fucked too. That nighttime tier time. Nighttime tier be like 6:30 or 7, all the way like 8:39. You only get an hour and a half a night. So that's how it goes. You gotta find. If you don't find your program, you know, you just you they gonna tell you find a program, man.
Right.
But you just sitting around there doing dead time.
Right. So do you have to work while you locked up?
No, you ain't got to.
You don't have to. But is it better to work?
Way better to work. Because if you don't work, you get days. You get losing days. It ain't like other places, and that's what we trying to petition on right now. That's what they doing in prison right now. Because how we losing days if it ain't enough jobs and it ain't enough programs. Every day you don't you losing 7 days a month when you don't work or programming like that. So your time is moving back from you. When you supposed to be, it's called good time. So why am I not getting my good time? So if you don't work every month, like say a month go by you don't work, you lose 7 days. So that's crazy. That shit, prison is, I ain't gonna lie, fucked up. I wouldn't lie. On everything. But it took my second bid to really wake me up. I did 7 years in the Clark County Detention Center fighting for my life. Fighting to death and like really fighting for my life.
So you did your first 5 years.
Got out, came back on a violation, did a year and a day. I got out May 16th.
What was the violation?
being around a gang member because I was on gang fight. When you on parole, I was on parole. You can't be around no ex-fellas or gang members.
Yeah, but how they find out?
Got pulled over coming from the female house. Got stopped in the car.
You were in the car?
Yeah, we got pulled over.
Okay.
Yeah. Got pulled over. He give him everything. Hey, what's your, give him my shit.
Come
oh,
back.
You on parole.
Yeah.
And you around the gang member, step out. I'm like, damn, but, and the cold part about it, I got pulled over my cousin. He just went gang foul. He wasn't he gang affiliated. But in the streets, wild nothing. He just a gang affiliated. So that shit don't matter. If you gang affiliated, you on parole, nigga, they taking your ass. And that's why I caught a violation on when you did a year and a day. Cleaned up.
Year and a day, okay. How did that year and a day go?
Shit, they sent me back to the battlegrounds. It was a youth prison for the youth offenders called Gene Prison. Called Gene. 25 and under, 40 and over. Youngsters fighting every day. And that's what I got off from, because I went from High Desert, Indian Springs, up north to NSP to down to G. I'm still young while I'm doing all this. I'm only like 24.
Yeah, he's like 24 to 25.
I ain't even made it 25. From 20 to 24. I ain't even made it to 25. Running the car on my mama. Had to keep my own car, all that. Gene is a prison like it was turned. Anybody know Gene prison? You had to be a soldier one for you. You couldn't be anybody. So I went there, got off from there, got released from there, called the violation. They sent me to High Desert, and they sent me back to Gene. But it was like I guess they were trying to put me in a trick bag because the homies that just had went up. It was just a big ass ride there. You know what I'm saying?
So within that year, getting into any fights?
No, I ready to go. I was tired. Did a program, graduated a drug program there, so I could knock off time to get time. And yeah, I was, because I'd already been there. I've been there, did that, done that, already seen what it was. So when I come back on a violation, I'm not gonna lie. One nigga probably, I was sick. I just did 5 years, I got a taste of the streets. So I come back, I'm like, God damn.
So you was out 5 years?
For like, I was out for 35 days, did a year and a day.
You was only out for 35 days.
And then I got out again.
And went back for a year.
No, I went back, 35 days, went back for a year. Got back out, and I was only out 3 weeks before I caught the case that I did 16 years on.
Ooh.
So over 20 years. I was never on the streets longer than 2 months.
So the second time you got out, your mind was still in the same place.
And went back to the same neighborhood.
Same neighborhood, same shit. You ain't changed your mind about shit yet.
Thugging.